Hi guys, welcome to What's Next Conversations with me, your host Shelby Williams. I'm so excited to be back with the podcast. I know it's kind of been like a minute since we talked, but I am back. I am here. You've been seeing me on Instagram, but I'm here for the long run again because this year we're going to be hitting a year in April. Yeah, we're gonna be hitting a year of like actually being an official podcast. But starting today, January 8th, we're gonna be starting off with a new chapter, a new season in our lives and different things. But let's go ahead and really get into our topic. But before we do that, I want to say a couple of things that have been going on in my life. My nephew was born. I have a little nephew. His name is Zaire. He is so cute. He's growing too fast, to be honest, if I'm being for real. He's growing up too fast. But I've been doing that. I also turned 20. I have also started my own Etsy shop. Trying to get into different businesses, but things that I'm actually, wanting to do and things that I have passion for. Definitely have passion for fashion, kind of rhymes, but have passion for like creating different products. Like I love me some cups. If anybody knows me, I do love some cups, tote bags, phone cases, like anything in that area. I love it so much. Don't know why, but I've always been like carrying a tote bag, having a new phone case, switching out like literally every single day. But that's just me. But to get into what we're talking about today is really, I have my notes here, but we're going to like really go into like finding yourself again. That's what this episode is about. Just rediscovering ourselves, especially coming into the new year. Like we're trying to do new year, new me, new goals. I already did my vision board. I'll try to like put up a picture right here at my vision board that I created with my family on I think New Year's Eve or so. That's when we created it. But I've been going through like a good season of just trying to find myself, find my passions, what things that I really think I need to work on, whether it's professional, business, personal, my career, and work wise. And around my birthday, I did take some time off just to think on different things that were going on in my life, making some big life decisions, which I definitely am glad that I did take the time, just to relax, think about what steps I needed to take to make those big decisions, like with my college, going back to my community college. And hopefully, after that I'll go to a university, because online learning is really not for everybody. And I thought it was for me, but it wasn't. But I made that decision of going back to college, getting my associate's degree for the moment, and then going back after a while for my bachelor's. College is always going to be there, but taking the right steps to like for your education is a good thing. I think that was one of the things for me that I had to, hone down on. So I will be graduating this year, 2024, with my associate's degree. So I'm happy with that, and hopefully I can get into my marketing thing. But really, with that, just finding what's best for me and what goals I have in life. I had to reflect on the past year, what I've been going through every single day. Like, how can I better that for myself for the long run? And just knowing how to have a good circle is really the number one thing I would say. It's the best thing to have a good circle, because people who you surround yourself with, especially like your family, friends, or some people consider friends family, which I do have good friends, who were there for me. My parents were there, my sister, even some work friends were there for me during that time. but just finding good people to help you and surround you with good motivation, good just like spiritual vibes and energy, because it really helps having people who care for you, people who will, you know, kind of like know when to tell you, be like, hey, like I really think that you should like rethink this, or just helping you be like, hey, if this is really something that you want to do, like I'll help you, like let me know if you need anything, or just having people like a support system. I feel like a good support system is what everybody needs, and even if you don't have it, the podcast can really be a support system for you if you really need it. Because when I say like even listening to the podcast, what's it called? To All the People podcast by Janelle Roberts. I've been listening to her podcast. Like, I'm sorry. I've been listening to her podcast, Janelle Roberts, and I really liked what she's been talking about recently. I've been also like on her TikTok, you know, because like I just love what she's always talking about, things that she's going through, her life, and how she's making her own social media agency. So that also like watching TikTok definitely inspired and helped me bring like really go back to my roots and thinking about like what really like excited me when I was young, like what was a younger Shelby like, you know? And I really had to reflect on that. So during that time I went to on Disney Plus and I was like, let me watch my favorite Disney princess movies. So the first one obviously like I had to watch Cinderella, like the live action one that came out in 2017. That was those were one of my favorite. Like, Cinderella is one of the ones that I can literally just like watch. I've watched almost like literally every single version of Cinderella, like the little cute animated ones, the live action one. Like to be honest, I would say Cinderella is at the top Disney princess that like I love, just because of the whole background story. But seeing that and rewatching that and watching, I also did watch, I did watch Brave, which definitely helped with encouragement and being brave and just being you no matter what. I think that also helped, you know, just going back to the roots of why I love Disney princess movies so much. Just because it shows like brave, courageousness, like believing in yourself no matter what, and also just sticking to your roots and not letting other people or your environment change you, which definitely it comes down to that. Sometimes your environment can be the chaos that's really what needs to change. And I know like changing locations is good, or just like making your environment a space where you can feel like welcomed, like it's, you know, it's like, cause my room, like that's my space, that's my environment. So I still live with my parents, but that's my space. So how can I make this space somewhere where I can, you know, chill, relax, but also work in my business and truly really figure out what's next, you know, what's next and how can I improve. But really watching those movies helped me realize like who I was as a child and really reflecting back on what made Shelby happy, the little Shelby happy in those moments. I'm not, obviously I've grown and become a better version of little Shelby, but I think that reflecting on, you know, most of the moments that I've enjoyed when I was a little kid, coming back to like me being an adult and, you know, entering my 20s really helped figure out what I needed to do and what happiness, what made me happy, you know. I definitely know watching romantic movies makes me happy, so I ended up watching romantic movies, just reflecting on that, and you know, it was just a great time, to be honest. And I just relaxed and just going back into the role of like my inner, healing my inner child, and just, it was just a time, to be honest. I won't reflect on it too much, but it was just a time of like awakeness, of like me like not letting things get to me and just sticking and standing on business, to be honest. Standing on business, like not letting certain things like get you down, certain environments, you know, like don't let it get to you, because at the end of the day, it's just that environment. You can always go change. Don't let the environment change you, if that makes sense. Because like you can change your environment. The environment shouldn't change you and who you are, or what boundaries you may, like boundaries you may like put out there. But like, hey, like I'm not I'm not doing that. Like this is something that I won't like stand for, or just having your boundaries, your beliefs, anything that really matters to you, or your principles that really like form who you are and what you believe in. Because your environment can really be detrimental and make you think, like rethink something that you already know what, like sometimes it makes you rethink of what's actually, what you actually want, sometimes like, and even TikTok sometimes, I have to realize that the environment that they may be in, or that they're portraying that they have online, sometimes it's not always all the happy goes, not always the aesthetics in life, or sometimes they don't show all the behind the scenes. But showing the behind the scenes is what people really want to see. Being authentic, being yourself, finding little moments to be able to like separate, reality from like what's on TikTok, what's on the internet, and different things like that, especially like, comparing yourself to somebody else, because everybody is really on a different chapter in their life, and you may be walking the same path, but you're going in different directions. And what I mean by that is you can be like, let's say like I'm like two people going to want to start a business with a podcast, right? They're going down the same path, but different directions. One can have and create a whole community around like let's say like they're talking about like the tech industry, while I'm talking about like more like self-improvement, self-motivation, self-discipline, and really finding in finding out who we are and within the things and with our lives and the environment environment and perspective that we surround ourselves with. So it can really be different things for different people. So I think that that's what you need to realize. That's what I've realized, to be honest. And it really helps like separating yourself from other people in that aspect, because everybody's not living the same life. Everybody's not meant to live the same life, because if we really were, what would really be the enjoyment of life? Like what would be something that fulfilled us in the moment and in the time? So I think really reflecting on that, knowing that your path is unique and you have to be the main character in it. You have to forge your own path with whatever you are passionate about. But also like going back to reality of like what you can actually achieve, and knowing what space you want to step in. You just have to take those steps to get into those spaces, to create what you have envisioned for yourself. I think that's also really important. So I think that really helped also with revamping the podcast, to be honest, because I guess really I kind of explained like why I've been gone for a minute. Like I just haven't had the motivation, but also the creativity and the mind that I usually have. I've been really trying to just revamp it, make sure I'm giving out quality content, being myself on this, because sometimes I feel like I can be like a certain way, like on camera, or just because I get shy sometimes, so I just kind of don't show much emotion in my face. So I've been trying to work on that, how I speak with like the filler words, but just all those different things. So really focusing on that and entering my 20s was definitely something that I wanted to take time to say, like, hey, like, we're going to continue doing the podcast. What is the podcast to you? You know, like, what do you want to do with it? What do you want to create? But I guess I should tell you guys this now. I really want to create a community with like-minded people who are open to different perspectives, a way that we can really help and better our lives with knowledge, information, and just also being not being just something that our environment has created, you know, and standing on a business, like I said, but just like finding ourselves, you know, because we're always growing, we're always, you know, changing, we're always evolving, like with just being a human being, and also just going through different things, because life is not going to always be happy-go-lucky. But even if it is, you know, you relish in those moments, you enjoy them, you enjoy the time with being alone. You know, I think having that time of self-reflection and knowing that I wanted to create a community, because I love seeing, like, I love being a part of the communities that I am a part of, you know, just being a part of self-improvement, self-discipline, and just knowing how to manifest your goals, like being in those communities. I do like love seeing how people, that's why also I like doing marketing, just because you can create such a community with how you advertise yourself. And the podcast, that's what I want it to be. I want it to be a free space where people can come share their knowledge, information, perspectives, like share their background and just different things. So before our anniversary, I will be having a guest on the podcast. So that is definitely one of the goals for this year. So hopefully you will stay along on the journey with me, and I'm so excited to be back. You know, you definitely see me being like me more myself, like the funny person, like giggly, but I'm smart in my own rights. And I know what I can provide for you guys. I can help you be the solution, be, you know, like a best friend, like anything that you need, I'm here. And I want it to be just a free space for everybody who feels like they need that, you know, and just being that for people. Even if I'm not that for people, I do want people to actually like learn something, take something from it. Even if you don't use it now, I would love that you like listen to the podcast, stay in tune with it, and just enjoy. You know, life is life is short, but enjoy those small moments, small things, because that's what really makes life. And definitely finding yourself again. Another thing that really goes into what I just said is solo dates. I've been trying to go on more solo dates with, like, just going by myself, having a good time, enjoying your own company, because that's also how you can find yourself again, just by not always having to be around people to enjoy yourself and to know what you like and just different things, and still knowing who you are and not getting lost within others. I think that's definitely important with finding yourself. But we're always finding ourselves. We're always in improving, changing, you know, switching up on the game as we have to. And I think change is good. But going on solo dates is definitely something in 2024. Oh my gosh, 2024. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy holidays, since I haven't been here for a while. But Happy New Year. I hope all your like goals, resolutions come to life, and I'll be here to manifest it with you, with the knowledge that I share, you know, with the guests that I'll have on every now and then. But solo dates, y'all. Solo dates are just, even if you like I went to, I think maybe like a while ago, I went on a solo date to Chili's. So I just wanted to like get out the house with the Chili's. I think I had like the triple dipper. Yeah, like with the sliders. Got a side of fries because I love me some fries. I got chicken dippers, chicken strip, like I think wings or chicken strips, and like mozzarella sticks or something like that. But I got that. I just sit there, watch my anime, and it was just such a good time to just be alone and enjoy myself and enjoy the things that I like to do. And I stayed there for a minute, and it was just a good time, just to really enjoy yourself, be alone, be happy with being within your own company. 'Cause that's definitely something that I am manifesting and that I will achieve in 2024. And just, spending time alone and just enjoying time alone, going out, trying more food places, and just getting out more. I live in Dallas, so just going out more, just finding new places to try, places to shop, places to eat, places to just go out and be in my own company, my own time. But to be honest, we can go ahead and wrap up the podcast. But I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying along if you have stayed along. But I hope that we will get some new audiences, get new people, and be able to come on this journey and build the community that I want to build with me. So let me know if you have any questions. Like, you can either DM me or just leave something that you want to hear, something that you want to say, that I can say it for you or manifest for you. On the podcast, you can just, on my most recent post on my podcast Instagram, which is What's Next Conversations, on Instagram and TikTok, you can just comment on the most recent post and I'll like it and I'll go ahead and put it in the next episode. But we will be here every other Monday. So we'll be here every other Monday. But yeah, I do hope that you guys have enjoyed the episode, and I hope that you are always on the journey of finding yourself again. So, as always, I would love to hear your stories, decisions, and wisdoms. So let me know if you have anything. I'll be consistent on Instagram and TikTok. And also my personal Instagram and TikTok is _Deanna_. So hopefully you go like. I've been posting definitely on that. But just entering a new era, starting a community, and enjoying the journey. So you have a good one, and I'll see you for the next episode. Bye-bye.